What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. First and foremost, y'all know Lisa. That's my boo. I love me some Obrey, but I've had it up to here with her blaming Elizabeth and Scott for Britt's death. I mean, I get it. She's lashing out. She's grieving. I get it, but she needs to stop blaming them. Like, this is not their fault. The PCPD didn't even have Heather Weber on their radar as the killer. You know what I'm saying? And they've already suspected that Esme wasn't the true killer. So they were no close in finding justice. They were not close to figuring this thing out. No matter what happened, even if Elizabeth did come forward and say, "Oh, Esme is here, we got her," they still wouldn't have solved it. So she need to calm down. Like, it's not their fault. She need to forgive Scott, forgive Elizabeth, and move the hell on. You know what I mean? Like, stop blaming them for stuff that's not their fault. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, stop it. You know, because she's messing up her own happiness at this point. Because Scott made her immensely happy. Like, he made her so happy. Why shut that down? You know what I mean? Why close off your happiness? That's what Britt will want for her. You know, Britt will want her mother to be happy. And I think at some point she just needs to put that to the side. Her anger, you know, she's always going to be angry about her kids no longer being here, as she should, but it's like, don't take that out on the wrong people. You know what I mean? Move on with your life. Take Scott back and stop this foolishness. So anyway, speaking of foolishness, this is just my opinion. I'm over this cancer storyline with Willow. I'm over it. I feel like every time I'm about to see some light at the end of this stupid ass tunnel, they find a way to drag it out even further. Like, now all of a sudden Obrecht has this medication in her system which prevents her from donating until the medication is out of her system. Like, come on now. Like, can we just kill this girl off or give her some miracle drug to save her and move the hell on from this, please and thank you? Because this is getting on my damn nerve. I'm like, let's move on from this nonsense, because I'm tired of hearing about this. She ain't got much time. She ain't got this. She ain't got that. Okay, well, she ain't got all this time. Then wouldn't she be evaporated by now? Like, can we, can we just call the Grim Reaper now and just come with his big old hook and end this nonsense? Do something. Call somebody. Call the zoo. Call somebody with some type of miracle drug that can inject her and boom, presto, she's saved. Then we can move the hell on from this foolishness, because this is working my nerve at this point. Maxie, I will say this about Maxie. She needs to hire a new planning committee, because the planning committee that she has, they're not focused. It's like, what exactly are they helping to plan? Because Carly was just straight up ignoring Maxie. Maxie was trying to talk about the ball. Carly wasn't paying attention. She more worried about the damn baby. I'm like, Carly, put that child down. She about to be ready for college in 2 more months. Put the child down and focus on the task at hand of what you were asked to do, which is help plan this damn ball, please and thank you. Like, why are you sitting there worried about this kid? Like, I get that's your grandchild. You want to bond, but that's not what you over here for. You over here to help plan. That's what you're here for. I don't blame Maxie for getting up and just be like, you know what? I'm going to go check on Olivia. I'm like, exactly. Because your planning committee is sorry. They are sorry. I understand their minds is on Willow for, the millionth time, but you need to get a new committee. Like Maxie at this point, I think Maxie should just plan this damn thing by herself, because she's planned weddings and everything else with large groups of people before that's going to attend. She's planned that by herself before. The ball shouldn't be any different. She should have no problem planning this by herself. I really don't feel like she needs the dead weight helping her plan this, because they're not helping. It's like, you might as well do it your damn self at this point. So anyway, moving on from that, I'm gonna need Blq and Chase to stop this little High School Musical romance that they got going here, because this is very juvenile. it's very juvie. Like, can we move it along? Because Blq could sit here and rant and rave all she want. Oh, I'm over Chase. No, you're not. No, you're not. You could sit here and lie to everybody in the world. You could do all this lying if you want to, and I could tell she lying because her lips is moving. You can do all this lying all you want to. You're not over that man. You're not. He's not over her. So they need to come to some type of consensus, meet in the middle, and figure out what they're gonna do with this little juvenile relationship, because it's very high school to me. No, I don't like you anymore. Oh, I'm not. Very childish. Just like, grow the hell up already, please. Okay, like let's grow up here. Um, I just feel like they need to be very honest with each other, be very transparent. And I feel like that's a problem more so on BLQ's part. It's like, just be honest. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give a damn what the other person gonna think. It's like, just be blunt. Just tell them what it is. I mean, BLQ is gonna be BLQ. And that's why I feel like she should not have to change who she is, who she really feels deep down that she is, to accommodate Chase. Do they need to make some compromises on some things? Yes, but you should not have to change your personality to fit somebody else. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to. I mean, we as a people, we do have growth and stuff like that. Like, we do grow, we do mature. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you know that's who you always gonna be, then be who you are. You shouldn't try to, shrink yourself to fit in somebody else's life, because at the end of the day, she's going to come to resent him for that, for her not feeling like herself. So I feel like they just need to have a conversation, and if they can fix it, cool. If they just feel like they can't, then they need to go their separate ways and stop all this ogling each other and acting like they don't want each other when deep down you really do. So like, stop the nonsense and move this shit along already, because I'm just tired of watching them act like ninth graders. So anyway, moving on from that, Cameron, I give him kudos because he's a mature person. He's doing something I would never do, which is be nice to Jocelyn, like try to be friends with her, try to warn her. These are all things, me personally, I wouldn't be doing, because if somebody played me the way that she played him and gaslit him, gaslight me the way she gaslight him, I wouldn't fuck with that person no more. I wouldn't. I would wish you well from afar, but I would never speak to that person ever again. I wouldn't want that person in my orbit. I just wouldn't want them in my presence at all. Like, you have a good life over there, I'm going to have one over here. You know what I mean? If we see each other on the street, we ain't even got to wave. You go about your business, I'm going to go about mine. That's just what it is. I wouldn't waste my breath if I was Cameron trying to warn her about Dex and the lifestyle he lived. I wouldn't do it. It's like, that's who she chose. She chose to creep around with him, and she thought the grass was greener on the other side. So go be with with your greener grass. Go be with him. You know what I mean? Whatever he do that affects your life in a negative way, that's what you chose. So move along. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cam is on the cusp of doing great things in his life. I wouldn't worry about spilt milk. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't look back. I would look forward. And in my opinion, Cam may not realize it right now. Maybe he does, maybe he don't. But he'll realize it eventually, that Jocelyn did him a favor. She did him a major favor. Because look at the glow up. Like, look how great his life has turned out since they broke up. Like, look at this major accomplishment he has. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would see it as a blessing if I was him. He dodged a bullet, a crazy bullet. You know what I mean? He dodged it. He should, kudos to him. He should be applauding himself. Go on to Stanford, live your life, live your best life, find you a beautiful California girl, and, pop your ass back into Port Charles every now and again so we can see you and we can get an update, and bring your new boo with you so that way it can make Jocelyn head spin, make her head turn all the way around like Linda Blair. That's what he needs to do. You know what I mean? The ultimate glow up is happening. You know what I mean? I wouldn't look back. That's why I tell people, don't cry over spilt milk. And that's all it is. Spilt milk at this point. So anyway, moving on from that, speaking of spilt milk, it's so funny to me how Sonny didn't even bat an eye when Spencer told him about Jocelyn breaking up with Cameron to go be with Dex. Sonny didn't care. And that's the funny part, because Jocelyn and Dex really thought Sonny was going to give a fuck. Like, he was going to kill Sonny. Kill Sonny. Like, Sonny was going to kill Dex if he found out that the two of them were an item. Why would Sonny give a fuck? I've been said that before. Why would he care? You're not his daughter. I could see if it was Christina. I could see him, being unhappy about that maybe. I could see that. But Jocelyn, why would he care? You're not his child. Like, yeah, he might still view her as one of his kids, but you're not his kid. You're not even his stepchild anymore. So you are Jax and Carly's problem. If Carly has a problem with her dating Dex, that's on them. That's on her parents. He's not her parent. So I'm glad he didn't care. You know what I'm saying? He's like, it is what it is. If that's what she chose to do. You know what I mean? Sonny didn't give a damn. All Sonny cared about was the new threat that's in his life right now and making sure Spencer behave himself where Dex is concerned. Because I could tell Sonny is very irritated with Spencer's dislike of Dex and the constant back and forth, because I would be too. It's like, okay, you don't like him for whatever reason. That's your choice, but it's my house. And I totally agree with Sonny. It's his home. You're not going to tell him who he can and can't have in his house. If you don't like it, you can take your leave. You know what I mean? Like, skedaddle. Like, you're not going to tell somebody what they can and can't do. It would never happen. Not with me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame Sonny. Sonny was like, I got better things to do than to deal with you. Speaking of Sonny, if I was him, I wouldn't tell Nina too much detail about it. I mean, I get that they're an item now and, he want to protect her with the bodyguards and whatnot and this new threat that's coming after him. I get it. But I wouldn't tell her details in my business. Especially a criminal enterprise. I just wouldn't tell her that. Because that way you got complete deniability and she won't have no slip up, or Nina's crazy like that. And say if they do break up one day, who's to say whatever you tell her she not going to use against you? You know what I'm saying? You got to be smart about it. I wouldn't tell her a damn thing. Nope. Play it very close to the vest with that one. I wouldn't say nada, zilch, nothing. Nope. All I got to tell her is, listen, I'm just beefing up security with everybody that's around me because some shit going down. I just want to make sure everybody cool. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know who shot John, when and where and how. And you don't need to know that. It's not your business. Like, all you need to worry about is whether you can handle this lifestyle or not. Because if you can't, I will take my leave and I will wish you well and adieu. Goodbye. That's what I would do. I would wish you well and you do you. But you don't need to, I wouldn't tell her nothing personal. Like, I wouldn't tell her that. That's not her business. So anyway, moving on from that, I totally don't get, at first I was a little skeptical about Trina's plan to drop all the charges that they can, get all the charges dropped on Esme. At first, I was a little skeptical about it. But after she broke it down, I started understanding where she was coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you give Esme enough rope, she'll eventually hang herself. I don't blame Trina for visiting her and wanting to see for herself if she was really faking, because you can't really tell with Esme. She's a convincing ass person. She plays that woe is me victim card pretty well. So I don't blame Trina for being skeptical about it. I am wondering though, what's that card that Esme got from Heather Weber? Like, why do these prisons keep allowing Heather to even make phone calls or send letters or send cards? Like, why do they allow her to do that? She should not have no contact with the outside world whatsoever. Like, they know she a high risk. She's a high risk inmate. I wouldn't let her have no jello or nothing. Like, you just have bread and water and that's all you're gonna get, and you back in your cell for 24/7. That's it. I wouldn't let her make no calls or send letters, and no. I'll take every privilege away from her. Anything that bring her joy, take it. Just take it. She find the clothespin on the floor and she like playing with it, take that too, because that look like fun. Take it. Anything that make her smile, take it. Just take it away. Even if she got thoughts of BLT sandwiches, you know what you do? You go to Days of Our Lives, you call Dr. Roth, tell him to brainwash her so that way she can't think of BLTs. I don't want her even thinking about fun. Just take anything fun out of her life. Take it. Just take it away. But yeah, I get where Trina coming from. You know what I mean? Because she made a lot of sense in what she was saying, because double jeopardy is a motherfucker, because you can't be tried for the same crime once you're acquitted. So especially with prejudice, once you're acquitted from it, you can't be tried again. So they don't want to run that risk, and I totally get it. She don't want to run the risk of going to trial and she play that victim on the jury and the judge, and they acquit her, and then what? She's free. You know what I mean? So I get it. They just trying to beat her to the punch, get the charges dropped, and plus it's a strategy to get the baby out of there. And I totally get it. They don't want that baby being in jail, and that baby should not be in jail. I just wouldn't trust Esme, because once a snake, always a snake. She could claim all she want that, oh, I don't have my memory. Okay, that's temporary though. she can always get her memory back, and then what? She gonna raise more hell. That's all it's gonna be, and she gonna use it to her advantage. Because she gonna make people think, oh, my memory's still gone while she's still plotting. So I wouldn't trust it. So I hope after they get the charger dropped, they got another game plan. They got a full-fledged plan mapped out to get her ass. Because I wouldn't trust nothing coming out of Esme's mouth. Nothing at all. So anyway, moving on from that, Gregory went the hell in on Alexis. He said, not everybody is a drunk like you. I said, now, Gregory, I understand you going through some shit, but you ain't had to do Alexis like that. Because she keep insinuating that he's drinking or something. And, I don't blame Sam for checking on that, because I don't think it's liquor. Because I'm like, if he was a drunk or he's been drinking, wouldn't Alexis have noticed that before? Why now all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? You would have noticed that. So I didn't think it was alcohol. And they found out he wasn't even served liquor. But Alexis is still not convinced. I think he just has a medical issue that he doesn't want to tell her or the boys about. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just trying to push her away, or maybe him lashing out is a part of whatever medical thing he got going on that makes him do that, maybe. I don't know. But I just feel like she just needs to be a supportive friend and go about this the right way. You know what I mean? Like, I understand she wants to help him whether he wants it or not, but sometimes that could backfire on you. But I just feel like it might be something major going on with that man. Like, maybe it's something irreversible. I really want to know, because it got me curious at this moment. Like, what the hell is this illness he got that he don't want to talk about? You know what I mean? Whatever it is, it got to be major. Got to be something major, for him to lash out the way he doing and slurring his words. It got to be. I wonder what it is. I don't know, but that whole scene with him and Alexis had me on the floor, though, because he was going to fuck in on her and her alcoholism. Like, he ain't had to read her like that. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.